Alright guys, we're back at it. This time it's a 2026 model Stabicraft 2050 Frontier. It is, I believe, the very first 2050 Frontier in North America, at least in the United States. It is fresh out of the container, literally got removed, devanned we call it, on Monday. It's Wednesday, the 26th of November. So we've got the 2050 Frontier here. I did a video yesterday, but I wanted to do a bit of a slower, more elaborate, more thought out walkthrough today with better visibility, obviously, a little bit better lighting conditions. Now, the 2050 Frontier is going to be a more adventurous boat, and as such, we ordered this boat with a Keel wear strip. Now, we'll do a full walkthrough from the back to the front, but that's the Keel wear strip there, an extra 1/4 inch of aluminum on the bottom of the boat. These things are obviously offered different levels of paint. We often order ours with stage 1 paint. You can also do stage 2, which is this entire pontoon, or stage 3, which is the transom as well as the interior of the cockpit and boat. Stage 3 on this boat will be quite a bit more paint. Bow mount trolley motor bracket up front for all those guys that like to fish and spot lock over top of the fishing holes. Now, anything over 20 foot in the United States has the option of foam flotation. We ordered this with foam-filled pontoons, so it's going to be another safety factor that a lot of people are interested in. It also tends to quiet the ride a bit. There's a nav light up front here, rather a light bar that mounts. Everything that comes in these boats is always shrink wrapped, bubble wrapped, and well protected because they do travel overseas inside of a container. We've got the bow rails up front. These are bolt-on options. Everything is modular now from the Stabicraft facility, allowing for a lot more accessories and options to be installed on these boats and give our customers a better choice of what they want and what they don't want. Now, the Stabicraft 2050 Frontier is rated for 200 horsepower. So a lot of people are going to have the choice between a 4-cylinder or a V6 power plant. Obviously, with a Yamaha inline 4, you've got the 150, 175, 200. I've put a couple of trekkers in the water recently with inline 4 200 Yamahas, and needless to say, they absolutely kick ass. I've also put quite a few trekkers and super cabs in the water with 150 Yamahas and 150 Hondas, which are a slightly smaller block. Better efficiency with the Honda, better power with the Yamaha. It's going to be a toss-up depending on what you want. Of course, if you go V6 200 in the Yamaha platform, Honda platform, then you end up with a 3.6 liter block that absolutely scoots. Same thing can be said for some of the different models for Suzuki or Mercury. I'm just not as familiar with those because, frankly, I don't sell them. At the back of the boat, we've got a kicker motor bracket from the factory here, as well as a 2-step boarding ladder on the starboard side. These have the same transoms as a trekker and the 2050 Super Cabs. You can actually see a trekker side by side right here, and the transom, aside from the fact that we don't have the auxiliary motor bracket from the factory here, is the same. We've got a ski tow hoop here, which comes from the factory as well, and it has the same size transom. So stepping in through the back, we've got the flip down transom bench seats, which is awesome, both on the starboard side here and on the port side here. Of course, we've got the central mounted fish box. So if you open this up, we've got the anchor in here. This guy's hefty, packed in tight, but we've got a provision for a live well. So if you spend a few more bucks, plumb a pump into these guys, and we've got a clean water solution. Let me get that guy back in there. Battery storage box down below. Anything over the 1850 Super Cab goes out the door here with a twin battery setup. So dual batteries for the starter motor. Again, port side flip up bench seat. On the 2050 Frontier, Stabicraft graciously removed the center rod holder. As you can see, you've got a ton of storage space underneath the gunnel here. And from their literature, we understand that it'll entertain an 8-foot rod, which is freaking awesome. I've been downrigger fishing a lot with 9.5 foot, 10-foot rods, even 9-foot rods, but this last season I switched to a 7-foot Akuma Black, 7'7", and I've been catching anything from lingcod, halibut, salmon, albacore, and I took a bluefin tuna fishing in San Diego this year and whacked a bunch of those. Obviously smaller ones, but we've got this rear mounted fish rod holder, the multi-holder with a cup holder here. This is for a anchor light, which comes obviously with the boat. We've got the nice billet aluminum cleats, a rod holder up here as well. Obviously anybody who's interested in putting more rod holders in these boats can go with Bernawin or Scotty or Canon rod holders. You've got the same rod holder on the rear and one more up front. These boats have the option for a rod locker, and we did equip this boat with a starboard side rod locker. So if we pop this guy down real quick, you'll see that you've got lockable rod locker on the starboard side with the washdown hose, pump and gun back here. It's a pretty sweet option. And as mentioned, it's lockable. Dang, that is just sturdy. They've mounted this with some EVA, real solid feel to it. Now, there's lots of different seating options here, from standard box seats to a suspension seat base to the flip back seat box here. You have this obviously goes center mounted as a bolster or lean post. It goes forward so you can be leaning, pointing backwards, or obviously this current solution here, which is facing forward for the captain's chair. We've got a 110 liter Icey Tek cooler underneath here, 105 liter with a split container, which is pretty cool. Obviously you can put some drinks in there, you can keep your fish in there, or vice versa, but that definitely allows for two different sizes of storage. And it sits on top of a tray here as well, so it keeps it locked in place. Now, at the helm, we ordered a tilt helm, so it obviously tilts down and up. When you're standing, it's going to be a lot more comfortable in the up position, and when you're underway, of course, it's easy. Of course, you can tilt it down depending on your size, whoever's more comfortable. Now, it's got the 16 gang switch panel up here for all the different options that come with this boat, and you've got cup holders in the dash, which is glorious. So you know we're going to have our favorite beverage right here en route. This is a humongous dash. It's obviously big enough to accommodate whatever screen you want to put in there. I know somebody's going to get a new 17-inch 9000 series Garmin. It's going to be bitching. Obviously you can fit a 12-inch or a 16-inch Lowrance, Garmin, Simrad, whatever you want. Probably you can fit a couple of 12s depending on how you want to do it. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have any experience rigging this thing because it's brand new to the marketplace, but our guys in the shop will tell you what will fit and maybe give you an idea where to put it. Obviously VHF radio could go up here. We have the Fusion stereo cutout. You got USB power here, and these things look like they're a little bit different. Oh yeah, QC 3.0, yeah, and a Type C. That's what we wanted to see. That's what we wanted to see. Fast charger USB-C port right from the factory. Stepping up our game here. And a 12-volt power over here. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw yesterday, we've got similar down here. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Damn, that's good. Now, this windshield, it sits about 6'2" in the air, which is super awesome. Now, you can also have the option of folding it down when you're underway. Now, give me a minute because it's going to take a second to pull this down. But these are just anodized billet aluminum caps with stainless steel screws. They might even be stainless steel caps. These things are pretty hefty. And you just grab this guy here and lean it down. They've got EVA foam up front and EVA foam, or rather glass back, so it's very solid. It doesn't seem like it's got any inclination to bounce at all, and gives you that warmer weather climate and better visibility, even though the visibility is pretty good with it up. Now, I'm going to put it up because somebody will complain about it being down and the screws going missing, and I can't be having that be my fault. As you can see, there's quite a bit of different storage opportunities on this boat. We've got a port side and a starboard side storage locker up in the front, as well as storage down below. And this forward-facing seat also offers a storage locker. We've got speaker cutouts here, here, and here. This storage locker offers a tray here for tackle, gear, what have you. Another one on the starboard side. Storage down below. 2 beverage holders right here, multi-holders up front. Of course, you've got your rod holders here, which is awesome. This is a nice step. This seat box that I'm sitting on is very comfortable. It's got a couple of snaps below, so we can pop that off. Look inside, and you've got plenty of storage inside there. This is a nice feature. Stabicraft everywhere on this boat. Up front, another storage locker. This is on gas struts, so up it goes and stays up. And this is deep. This has got room for the Staby dry bag. It's EVA lined as well. It's got more stuff up there. These boats come with nothing installed. You always wonder why it takes so long to put them together, because we're putting them together in the shops. Everybody that's getting these boats from the factory is putting them together. And down below here, we've got access panels below. So I believe there's space for a battery down below. And we're gonna figure out how that works, but you got tray liners up here as well. So that's super convenient. This is an anchor roller, bubble wrapped galore, just like we talked about before. Put everything back here for my guys in the shop so I don't get chewed out when it's time to find out where all the stuff is. Rod holder up front again, and of course the drum winch or anchor locker. And this is nice. Oh, we got a horn too. Thank you, Stabicraft. Thank you very much. We've got the navigation lights up front, drum winch option here. Drum winch is an option on the Sportfish. It is a standard feature, I believe, on the Profish. It's definitely an option on the Adventure, but these anodized billet aluminum cleats are so clean. I always wished I had those on my 15 Frontier. I'm standing up here, mind you. This is a seat post option, guys. Keep that in mind. You got a seat post option if you want to sit on a nice, comfortable seat while you're up here. I'm standing, and it has an extremely wide beam. It's 8'6" here. Okay, and it doesn't feel like it narrows much up front. Like, this is going to be a halibut, lingcod, salmon jigging machine of a platform. You've got plenty of room for a cohort over here, another guy over here. Hell, you could have 3. There's so much space. Standing up on the bow, I'm really excited about this boat. I think it would be an absolute fish killing machine. There's going to be somebody that puts a bimini on this thing, rail mounted bimini. It's going to be awesome. Now, don't ask me for a factory bimini top. I don't got one. Now, down below here, another feature. We've got a tilt up storage tray. Pull that out, storage tray opens up. Super convenient. And of course, we also have access to another storage box below the dash as well, with a lot of room in there. I think you could throw some, items you don't often use that might be a little bit more less than necessary at the moment. You just drop them in there. Okay, it's time for overall impressions. Damn, this thing is robust. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we've got a 50-gallon fuel tank on this boat. So I'm expecting similar performance to Trekker and the Super Cab. This is definitely as heavy or heavier than a Trekker. I would assume, just by looking at it, how much material is up front, how much extra equipment is going to this boat. So 45-mile-an-hour boat with a 200 4-cylinder, probably 41 miles an hour with a 150 Honda or Yamaha, probably close to 50 if you throw a V6 200 in the back. I'm assuming 4+ miles a gallon with a 150 platform, little over 3.5 with the 200 platform. This thing has so much room. You just walk around the gunnels. These gunnels are wider. I think I'd have to measure it. They feel like they're a little bit wider than the Trekker there. But you just walk around the boat. This is so cool. Damn, somebody buy this thing from me, all right? So I can get this thing in the rig shop, put it together, and sell it. It's going to be at the Seattle Boat Show. Obviously, the Seattle Boat Show runs let's see here, the first week of February. I think with January 30th to February 7th this year, or February 8th. We'll be there every day. We are either the third or fourth longest standing member of the Seattle Boat Show. We're the largest Stabicraft dealer in North America. We've got every model on site right now besides a 2750 and a 2350 Super Cab. I do have a new 2350 walkthrough that just landed on Monday as well with this boat. We've got a 2350 walk around, and we've got a couple of the older model 2250 walk arounds that would be available as well. Of course, we've got the 2050 Super Cabs, the 2050 Trekkers, this 2050 Frontier, 18 Fishers and Super Cabs, 15 Fisher and Frontiers, 14 Frontiers and Explorers. So if you guys are looking for a Stabicraft, just let me know. You know how to reach me. It's asmith@boatcountry.com. Can you read it? boatcountry.com. And you can call me directly at 425-259-6126. Just ask for Alex. Otherwise, reach out anytime. Ask me some questions in the comments. I'll get you the answers. I got most of the answers, not all of them, but if I can't find it right away, I'll get it for you. I've got some connections here. We look forward to talking to you. Come see me at the Seattle Boat Show. Somebody buy this thing so I can put it in the water. Go fishing with you guys. Have a good one.